Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of my mothers out there. I am so excited about this segment. How to become the best you for you. How to become the best you for you. And so, as I was preparing for this, as I was thinking about this message on today, I just took a moment to reflect on who we are as mothers and the sacrifices that we make. And I know for me as a mom, I was very clear about not living a life of regret as it relates to, oh, I spent all of this time sacrificing and doing this and doing that to raise ungrateful children or to feel like I gave up something and didn't get anything back. And that just doesn't feel good as a mom. And I don't know if you've ever felt like you've made so many sacrifices and you've given so much and you just felt really unappreciated or unseen and unheard and just not respected. And so as a mom, we go through ebbs and flows. We go through highs and lows. We go through hills and valleys and mountains and all those different things because our children, most of them are a mirror image of us. They are a mirror image of us. And so one of the things that I've learned at one of the things that I've learned in this journey of becoming the best me for me, the best version of myself is being honest with me. Like, who do I really want to be? And how do I want to show up? And who do I want to show up as? Do I want to be fake and phony? And what's really interesting is that I remember when my children were younger and my boys specifically, they were not uh, as active in sports as they became in their teenage years. And I remember a few of my friends, they went everywhere with their children and they were like basketball moms. This one friend in particular. And I would like kind of resent or I kind of felt some type of way. And I used to be like, girl, it don't take all of that. It don't take all of that. And just, not understanding the sacrifice, not understanding that in an effort to keep your children safe, it do take all of that. And so I found myself becoming, the person that I once talked about. And so, you know, I've learned over the years to reserve judgment. I've learned over the years to be kind to myself. I learned over the years not to judge somebody else's motherhood, not to judge somebody else's journey. And what works for me may not work for you. And so, as I talk about becoming the best me for me and you becoming the best version of yourself for you, I want to bring your attention specifically to 1 John 5 and verse 1. And it just talks about, specifically about the goodness. And I want to kind of get into what is the goodness and what does that mean? What does it mean to be good? And it talks about adding to our faith, goodness. And I'm like, okay, what does it mean to be good? What does it mean to embrace goodness? And so in Second Peter 1:5, goodness refers to a moral excellence and virtue that is essential in our journey of becoming the best versions of ourselves. It goes beyond simply doing good deeds. And I always talk about, random acts of kindness. It encompasses the development of a character that reflects the nature of God. So I want to pause here because this conversation is not about how good you are to other people. This conversation is about how good you are to you. Because I just believe that we must first become partakers of that which we are sowing and also that which we want to reap. And I just believe that I can't be good to you if I have not learned to be good to me. I just believe that I can't talk about something that I have no point of reference to. And so in second Peter, I don't know why I keep saying first Peter, in second Peter 1:5, when it talks about, the character development and the nature of God, the significance of goodness lies in its transformative power to shape our interactions with others and our overall approach to life. And so I'm going to say to you that this transformative power is shaped in our interactions with ourselves first, and our overall approach to life. So when we cultivate goodness, we strive to act in ways that are morally upright, righteous, and beneficial first to ourselves. Okay? So, this conversation is not about how you are with other people. Some of the things that I'm sure you have heard me say, and I'll say it again, is what does loving you look like? What does loving you look like right here? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? Right? So taste and sound is coming from here. Sound is also coming from here. Smell is coming from here. Our sight is coming from here, and then what we touch. And so I say that from this perspective of, if you don't have a good picture of what loving you feel like, what it sound like, what it tastes like, what it smell like, it is really a challenge to now think about what that looks like, feel like, sound like as it relates to our relationship with other people. And so it's important for me to focus on becoming the best version of me for me before I think about what that looks like and other people. And how this plays out is my tone and my conversation. It first plays out with, what am I saying to me about me? How do I feel about me? When I look at myself in the mirror, do I like what I see? Do I like the reflection that I see? And when I don't, because there was times in my past when I didn't, I began to focus on what I needed to change inwardly so that I could like the reflection that was looking back at me when I looked in the mirror. And so, goodness involves treating others with kindness. Goodness involves treating you with kindness. Goodness involves treating you with compassion. Goodness involves treating you fairly. Goodness involves displaying integrity. Stop lying to you. You deserve the best. Stop lying to you. Goodness involves your genuine concern for yourself and your well being. Now, what does that look like? That looks like how safe you keep yourself. That looks like not engaging in risky behavior or indulging in environments that are just not safe and don't serve you at any level. What it looks like is being around people who tolerate you and don't celebrate you. That's what it looks like. And so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are genuinely going to show up and the environments where we are celebrated and loved and appreciated. Oh, that's what we're going to do. And I'm decreeing and declaring that over you today. This is what you're going to do from this day forward. And I need you to own it. How about that? I need you to own it. And so I'm going to invite you to put in the chat, from this day forward, I am showing up for me and environments that love me and environments that celebrate me, with people that genuinely enjoy my presence and my company. This is what loving me looks like. This is what loving me feels like. showing up for me unapologetically. No more shrinking, no more holding back, no more keeping my mouth shut because somebody else can't embrace my light. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. And so, as I think about the cultivation of goodness in my own life, I think about contributing to creating a more harmonious and loving environment and community. And that starts at home. That starts at home. That starts with my children. That starts with my parents. And on this Mother's Day, I get to show up and be present with my mom. And I don't take that for granted because there are so many people without their mom on today. And though our relationship has not always been what I thought it should be or what I wanted it to be, it is now. And for that, I'm grateful. And for that, I'm grateful. And that is the goodness that I get to engage in. And so when you think about what goodness looks like for you, I just want you to take a moment, take it in, because it allows us to be a positive influence. It allows us to be a source of encouragement for ourselves and to others. And when we embrace and accept goodness, it reflects the character of Christ and it enables us to fulfill our purpose of reflecting God's love in us, for us, and through us, and then to the world. And so, this is the Mother's Day edition of Becoming the Best You for You. Now, I don't want to leave here without inviting you to do a deeper dive with me. To do a deeper dive with me. If this conversation has resonated with you on any level, and you know that you need community, you know that you need sisterhood, you know that you need to be surrounded by a community of like minded individuals who get you, who are going to celebrate you, who are going to lift up your arms and help you to love on you. Ooh, I invite you to join the Breathe community. I invite you to be a part of the amazingness that exists. I invite you to choose you on today. I invite you to choose you on today. So chew on this, think about how good you are and how gooder you can become to you, for you, so that you can reflect all of that goodness to the world. Happy Mother's Day. And remember to continue to breathe on schedule. Sending you all peace, love, and light.